Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody here to East Bay Regional Parks, Lake Temescal. My name is Derek Whitmer. I'm the unit chief for the Santa Clara unit of CAL FIRE. I'd like to take a couple minutes to thank East Bay Regional Parks and Fire Chief Dan McCormick for letting us host our event here today. They've always been a great cooperator of ours. I'd like to recognize a couple other folks here with us today. Deputy Director Claire Frank, Berkeley Chief Gil Dong. I already recognize Dan McCormick, Chief Dan McCormick, Major Brian Finnerty from National Guard. And our good friends are out in the crowd with us today, Alameda County Fire, another great cooperator. Thank you for being here. So on behalf of Santa Clara Unit and myself, I'd like to, great honor and pleasure to introduce Director Ken Pemlock.
Good morning, and again, thank you for taking the time to come out today and help us get the message out during Wildfire Awareness Week. The governor proclaims the first week of May every year as Wildfire Awareness Week. So we take the entire week, literally going from Shasta County to San Diego County and a number of spots in between to meet with the public, talk to the media, along with the cooperators you see behind me across California, to talk about the fire challenges in California and what we're doing together to prepare to respond, and what the public must do to prepare themselves as homeowners and property owners in California to protect your properties against wildfire. We've come through the last 3 years of well below normal precipitation in this state. Because of that, and as a result of that, Governor Brown declared a drought emergency in late January. And what that brought for CAL FIRE and other agencies in California was the ability to lean very far forward and prepare for the response to these unprecedented conditions that we're seeing across the state. We are bringing firefighters and other resources on much earlier, in some cases 2 to 3 months earlier than normal. In Humboldt County, in early January, we were seeing fires over 300 acres occurring in areas that are, in some places, the wettest areas of the country. And those are the kinds of conditions in January that we're seeing statewide, which was the indicator to all of us that vegetation conditions are at unprecedented low moisture levels and are producing fire activity that is very extreme. So with that, we've been, again, bringing on our air attack bases, bringing on our fire engines and firefighters, and augmenting resources around the state to meet that threat. We have had, since January 1st, well over 1,200 fires to date. That is over 100% more than the number of fires we would normally have this time of year to date. Again, those are the kinds of conditions that we're seeing across California. The activity is already here. It's Wildfire Awareness Week, but we're already having fires and have been, so the time to prepare is now. With that, we've done what we need to do to prepare. It's now time to ask the public to do what you need to do to prepare, and that is defensible space. You'll hear this a lot today about preparing your properties in advance before the fire occurs. That means defensible space, clearing that vegetation around your property. Appropriate and visible address marking so the firefighters can find your home. You can go to the website Ready for Wildfire. That website provides a variety of information that you need not only to prepare for wildland fire, but to prepare for any disaster in California. At that website, you will see 3 words: Ready, set, go. And it's just as simple as that. Each of those words indicates things that you as a property owner and a homeowner need to do to prepare. Ready means prepare your home, the defensible space, all of those things that you need to do. Set means prepare that evacuation plan. Identify all of the things that you want to take with you should you need to leave your home during a wildland fire. And lastly, it's go, and it means simply just that. Be prepared to evacuate very early should a fire occur. Don't wait for the fire to be in your neighborhood. Don't necessarily wait to be told to leave, but leave when it appears to be in your community. Listen to the words of local law enforcement and fire officials. Pay attention closely to news media reports and be prepared to evacuate safely so the firefighters can get to your property and safely protect your home. Remember, 95% of fires are started by people. That means 95% of fires can be prevented. Just one spark turns into a fire. Every fire starts out as just one spark. So you can also heed our nationwide campaign of one less spark, one less wildfire. Again, it's just that simple. So with that, I would like to turn the podium over to Dr. Keith Gillis, the chairman of California's Board of Forestry and Fire Protection, for a few remarks.
Uh, 1923, Berkeley Fire, 640 structures. 1970, the Fish Canyon Fire, 39 structures. 1980, the Wildcat Canyon Fire, 5 structures. 1991, East Bay Hills Fire, 3,354 structures and 25 lives. So the importance of fire preparedness is written in our history, it's written in our landscape if you know where to look. The important thing for the public to know is that while fire is inevitable in the California ecosystem, losses of the magnitude that I just shared with you are not inevitable, and that there is abundant literature in the fire science venue that shows that the sorts of admonitions that Director Pimlott has just given to you, 100 feet of vegetation clearance, being prepared to evacuate in a timely fashion, save lives and reduce losses. If you have trouble remembering the notion that wildfire is coming, just practice. Every time you hear someone in the Game of Thrones say winter is coming, substitute wildfire is coming, and sooner or later you'll get the message and it'll drive it home. With that, I'm going to turn over the podium to Chief Shauna Lagarza, U.S. Forest Service Region Fire Director of Fire and Aviation Management.
Good morning. Thank you for being here today. Thanks to CAL FIRE for inviting the U.S. Forest Service to be part of the Wildfire Awareness Week with you all. As we move into this fire season, the last fire season hasn't ended. The United States Forest Service has about 5,000 firefighters in the state of California. We've staffed up through the winter months, the fall months, and are completely staffed now and ready to help prepare throughout the state. Like Chief Pimlott said, we're busier this year than we have been in the past. So in 1991, I was a young hotshot on a hotshot crew that came to the Oakland Hills fire, and it was very devastating. And I remember driving through the streets and seeing the homes and the destruction. And I hope that we continue to be more prepared and work together in the future as we did, and we saw that destruction then. I think about things for when we go out and you visit the forest, make sure that you look at the websites, have your vehicles as prepared as they can, so you're not dragging chains, causing small fires along the roadsides as you go there. If you do have a fire, make sure you mop it up and put it out completely. And if you have new people that move into your beautiful subdivisions that we have here, talk to them if they're not familiar with California. Make sure they're ready to go. Make sure they have their bags packed of the most important things that they need, because it's not if, it could be when the call comes in. So be a leader within your community and be prepared. The last thing, the One Less Spark, One Less Wildfire campaign, that's a national campaign that was started right here in California with the Forest Service. It just accepted a National Smoky Bear Award. Go to the website, look at it, and be prepared. And thank you for being here today, and please have a safe summer. Yes, sir. My name is Shauna Lagarza, Legarza, and I'm the Regional Fire Director for the Forest Service California. You're welcome. So I'd like to introduce Assistant Chief John Clary with Governor Office of Emergency Services.
Good morning. First of all, I'd just like to express, my thoughts and prayers for those that have already been affected by the drought and the fire season that's already started. We've had a lot of losses down south already. As the California fire mutual aid coordinators for the state, OES works hand in hand with local government. We work hand in hand with private entities. And our goal is to pull everyone together to coordinate the response that we have in California to all kinds of disasters, not just fires. This year, with the drought and the need for preparation, we're in an extreme situation. And we've been working with all of our local partners, private partners, and trying to get everything together, and it looks like we're prepared. I think, as Director Pimlott said, the issue now is, are the people of California prepared for the wildland season that's coming? And I just want to also point out the fact that visiting the website will help each individual prepare for themselves. Thank you.
Great, thank you. So anyway, I'd like to thank everybody one more time for coming and listening to the very important message for the potential for a very catastrophic fire season. So I'd like to close out now. We'll open it up to questions and answers.